can swap too. When you want blue.
Well, I don't want to tell the difference.
Oh. Got him.
No. I don't care.
Okay, before we start the 8th grade group, I know some of the yelling out that's happening as the band comes on the stage was actually instigated by the bands themselves, but the bands have also had a talking to since then, explaining proper concert etiquette. Okay, this is a conversation that I guess there's no easy way of saying it other than everybody comes to the concert to hear the students perform. So students that are running around, little brothers and sisters that are talking to their parents while the bands are performing, makes it very difficult for the people who are sitting farther back to hear. Also, it's very distracting for the musicians as they watch their little brothers and sisters run by on the stage. Okay, if you go to Carnegie Hall, if you go to the MSBOA festivals that we participate in, before they start, they always remind people to turn off their pagers or cell phones, the correct places that they should be videotaping from, things of that nature. Here, the most important thing that we could possibly say is that we're here to give a performance of music for you to listen to. And we try to give that conversation to the students as well in the classroom. So what I'm going to ask is that this is the first band in the history of Chatterton that has gone to district festival 2 years in a row and received a first division. Also went to state festival this year for the first time ever and got a first division. We'd like to make this yet one more first. We'd like to make sure that every single person in the auditorium gets a chance to hear this group play. So if you do have a small child near you, if you can keep the child near you, if you need to, the lobby area is available and you can still hear through the doors pretty well. But this group plays very well with dynamics. Dynamics are louds and softs. There's many times that they'll be dropping down very quiet, and it's tough when we add accompaniment that they're not used to hearing. Okay, I thank you in advance for your cooperation on this, but this is the 8th grade band from Chatterton. This is the group that has made history so far. They're also the group that, for me personally, has been the most rewarding so far since I've been in Fitzgerald schools. Last year we were butting heads majorly, this group and myself. They had a lot of change happen over their 3-year period of playing in band. This year most of them have decided that we'll give it a shot, what he's trying to show us. And then some of them have even showed me a few things. It's been really nice. They've increased every bit. I told them once already this year, from Christmas until festival, they were the first group I ever had that every day gave everything they had. They had one bad rehearsal. They were upset about it. They came up to me and they were saying, what can we do to be better? This group has done everything. They've showed maturity. Sometimes they've had a bad rap in other classes. They've done everything they're supposed to do. So for that, that's why I'm asking that we start using the best concert etiquette we possibly can and show them that we're a state level crowd as well. The last piece that you heard, Black Forest Overture, was performed at the state festival. And at the state festival, the students did extremely well. They scored first division overall. And on that day, there were only 4 other bands that received first divisions total. And that's at the state level. And what that means is that every band there had to get a first division at district to even qualify to go to this festival. So there were 18 bands total, and only 4 ended up getting a 1 that day. The next piece we liked a lot when we passed it out, so we said we'd do it for sure. This is In the Hall of the Mountain King. It was made famous by many, many, many cartoons. stand up now just to air out. That's a lot of music. The last piece that you heard is actually a brand new piece this year. It's called Under the Rice Moon, and it's written to explain a little bit about the moon phases in the early fall and in the early spring. It's when the moon looks really, really, really white when it's full. Now I'm biding a little bit of time because we're really getting tired. But I'd like to, this time really quick, thank all of the teachers from Chatterton and from the high school who are here this evening. As the students walked around asking the other day, saying, "Are you coming to our concert?" They were really surprised to hear how many teachers were coming. And then when they got here, they kept saying, "Did you see such and such? Did you see Miss such and such?" They're so excited that you're here, so thank you very much for being here. And also, I've made a fatal mistake. I've scheduled this now the second or third Thursday concert, and it always falls on a school board meeting. So I'd like to say thank you to the school board for delaying the school board meeting slightly so you could be here to listen. And also, before we play the next piece, just like to thank the audience. It's very, very, very nice to be able to hear everything now. There's no extra accompaniment. I know the people towards the back are very, very excited that they can hear now. Thank you very much. starting to be a trend here. I think we have enough chaps to do one more. The next one has many different purposes to it. It's their last song at Chatterton as 8th graders in the 8th grade band. It was one that we passed it out, many of the students liked it, so we went with it. Also, come to find out that it's one of the principal's favorite pieces of music. Doesn't hurt. Also, the choir at the high school and the middle school, some of them this evening even, are at Phantom of the Opera. So we'd like to end their career at Chatterton with music of the night. Thank you very much. You've been a great audience. Thank you very much. This is your 8th grade band, and thank you for coming this evening.